Lucy, and for this video, um, I'm making this vlog video with a little bit of uncertainty as I'm recording my voice right now. I'm recording this voiceover on the 29th of December, and well, I kind of just wanted to use this video to kind of talk about some stuff that's been going on in my life. It hasn't been an easy year for not just me, but many people. 2024 was not easy. Um, for this video, I guess I wanted to talk about my life, which is something that I don't really like to go into details about what goes on. This year proved to be challenging because of that fact. I'm very avoidant when it comes to sharing things about my life. Much like a lot of people who are on the internet, they like to paint a picture of, good things that are going on and happy and positive stuff that goes on in their life. But beyond the positivity, there's a lot of stuff that gets, hidden and stored away. So I kind of wanted to share stuff that's been going on in my life that not very many people know about. So I guess to start off with what's been happening, I got to start in the beginning, which is what many people don't know is that I've been in a relationship for like the last 9 years, right? And this relationship kind of just has been in a standstill for these past 9 years. It hasn't really moved forward. I've been with my boyfriend, right? But we've been living with his folks practically like the whole relationship, the whole time I've been with him. Like, when we got together, I was living with my folks. I had gotten out of another relationship that had lasted quite a while. It was 4 years. And then I had gotten into this one, this new relationship. And the first few years were fine. And then my folks left for Colombia. And they left me in charge of taking care of the house that we lived in at the time. What we didn't know is they were behind on payments, on rent, and things like that. And one thing just led to another. Things got worse while they were gone, and we lost the house. We got evicted. We lost the house, and I ended up having to live with my boyfriend and his family. And it was supposed to be temporary. It wasn't supposed to be like a permanent thing, but as time went on, there was no movement going forward as far as us moving to a new place. We tried, we really did, but things just got complicated. I dedicated many years just working, saving up money, sending money to my folks, trying to get my life together. But things, they don't always turn out the way you want them to. And we ended up, after a while, we were living in this tiny apartment. It was his folks, and then me, him, his brother, and his grandma in one room, and my cat, all in one spot. And then eventually in 2018, we moved to this house that I'm at right now. And then things were fine, like the first few months that we're here. But then my boyfriend's brother passed away in a tragic motorcycle accident. And, it hit us really hard. He was really young, he was 22, and we all got depression because of the loss. And it was very difficult. And we tried moving forward, but like I said, things don't always go the way we planned them to. And we ended up staying longer than we should have. And, I tried starting over as far as my career and, saving money, going back to school, things like that. I got my associates. Back in 2021, I got my associates, and then I had planned to get my bachelor's, but tuition was very expensive, and the school that I wanted to go to for animation a lot of them are out of state, and I didn't want to leave my boyfriend, and I didn't want to leave my family, even though I don't have a close relationship with my family. Like my other relatives, they live in close by, and I just didn't want to leave all that behind. I didn't want to leave my brothers behind either. So I decided to stay and find other outlets, and that's what eventually prompted me to start a YouTube channel and start one for my mother-in-law as well. So I just kind of put all my focus on that, and then after COVID and everything, like it just felt like the right thing to do at the time. And then as things progressed, I had gone back to Colombia, and I made a vlog video about that, to see my family again after almost like 20 years of me not seeing them. I went back, and then I came back to California, and with new purpose, I guess, new zest, new ambitions, and I tried to move forward with my life and with my relationship and everything, but things aren't always as they seem. I thought things were fine. I thought everything was okay. I thought I had an okay relationship with my mother-in-law. I thought I had an okay relationship with my partner, but things couldn't be any further from the truth. Like about a year ago, back in July of 2023, I had discovered some text messages between my boyfriend and his coworker, and needless to say, they were very raunchy, very inappropriate. They were not text messages and pictures that you send between a coworker to another. And it was then that I discovered what was going on between them, and I had my suspicions even before I went to Colombia. But how can I make assumptions? How can I make accusations if I don't have proof, right? So with the discovery of those text messages, I had realized what was going on, and it may have gone on more further than I believe, because I don't have concrete proof that the relationship went physical. I just know that it was an emotional affair, but as far as physical, I'm not entirely sure, although I wouldn't doubt that it did lead to that. So I discovered that, but I kept quiet about it. I figured me and my partner would want to, if we could work things out, go to therapy, maybe things would get better, but they didn't. It's been a year, and nothing has changed. Everything's still the same. In fact, I feel like things have gotten worse. I'm just riddled with regret and trust issues and loneliness, and I'm just trying to currently pick up the pieces of my life right now. I don't know what I'm going to do moving forward, but yeah, that's where I'm at right now as far as my relationship with my partner. And then with his mother, we've never had a good relationship per se. It's always kind of been rocky. It's always felt like competition between me and her, and I hate that. I don't want to be competing for the attention of my partner, especially when it's my partner's mother. Like, that makes no sense to me. But that's how it's always been. Always constantly being compared, always being emotionally, I guess, abused, verbally abused, being made to feel small, being made to feel stupid and foolish. That's how it's always been, not just from her, but from her husband. And this is gonna sound very weird coming from me, But my life, apart from my relationships and everything, has never been exactly normal. This is one thing I hide from the internet and from other people, but I didn't have a conventional upbringing growing up. My folks didn't have normal day jobs like everyone else did. My father is a shaman, and my mother is a housewife, but she studies holistic medicine, and she assists my father with that, with clients that come in and ask for that assistance. And because of that, I have knowledge of, things of that nature. Most people would probably consider that the occult or witchy, whatever. For me, it's just normal stuff, really. The world I live in is not exactly like everyone else's. It's different world. I see the world through different eyes. So when I went to Colombia about 3 years ago, my father performed what is called a limpia, or a clearing, a cleansing of sorts, right? And that clearing or cleansing, he had discovered that someone close to me had been practicing or paying someone to perform witchcraft, to do, basically to just mess with my life, really, like mess with my relationship, mess with my career, my finances, to keep me stuck, to keep me stagnant. And I had no clue who it was, but I had my suspicions that it might have been her, simply because of the way that he worded it. He said it was someone that is close to me, whom I considered family, blood. And to me, despite my rocky relationship with my mother-in-law, she was family to me. So the suspicion was planted. That seed of suspicion was planted those years ago. And when the beginning of the year started, this year, 2024, my folks came back from Colombia after staying for 5 years to restart their life. And I'm currently going through that process of helping them do that. But when they came back, they stayed with us, with my boyfriend and his folks, for several months, until they finally moved out and are currently living with some friends. But during that time, they really opened my eyes to what I was being blinded to. And that's when I made the discovery that my mother-in-law for years has been doing things against me. She's been going off and paying other people, paying practitioners, psychics, whatever, going to places, giving them my hair, my, personal items, clothes, whatever, in order to just mess with me, just do things to me. Why? I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I have done anything wrong. And that's what makes this whole situation much more upsetting, that I have dedicated the last 9 years of my life into my relationship with my partner, but his family as well. I fully have integrated myself into his family. I tried learning his customs, his culture, everything. I've gone to trips to his hometown, Mexico, met his family, his extended family, everything. I've learned to cook the foods that he likes. I've stopped, dressing the way that I used to dress in order to placate him, to make him happy. I've changed the way I've even eaten, how I've done things, how I say things. Practically just kind of molded myself into, someone that he wants. All for the sake of keeping the peace. I've kept quiet about problems, discussions, issues that have happened in the household in order to keep the peace at the cost of my own peace. And it's now taken me time to reflect on that, and now I'm realizing, I've hurt myself in the process of doing that. I've let myself down because I put all my eggs in one basket in terms of helping out this family, helping out these people, because I care about them, because I love them, and because I wanted love back. And in turn, because I was trying to give them peace of mind, give them happiness, give them whatever they wanted, in turn, I have hurt myself. I've made myself sick so many times trying to keep things in order, to be a mediator for this family. And for what? For what? To be stabbed in the back? Like, in the end? To be seen as a fool? To be made fun of? To be ridiculed? To be just someone's puppet? Like, I don't understand. Even now, after months of knowing all this, I still don't understand what it is that I did wrong. What it is that has made them make the decision to do this. I don't understand. But in all this process, I've found out about all this that's been going on. And I've cut out a lot of people in my life in terms of friendships, other people who wanted to know this side of my life that I was just reluctant to talk about. I had to cut them off because they were getting too involved, but not in a healthy way. It just felt manipulative in that regard. And I apologize to anyone who I have cut off. It felt necessary for me to do it. There is only so much I can do, so much I can share. And in the past, I have been hurt in regards to me sharing personal information of my life, and then that information being used to hurt me in some way, or being reworded and it coming out another way. Like, it's happened to me more than once, and that's why I close myself off to people. But now that the year is ending, and I've turned 30 this year, I'm reevaluating my life, and I'm realizing, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep quiet about the things that have been going on in terms of this, keeping quiet and putting a smile on my face and acting like everything's all right when everything's not all right. And this is not all right. It's not all right that I've helped out these people, that I'm in this relationship, and people think it's fine to make a fool of me, to do this, to continue to make a fool of me, to continue gossiping about me when I haven't really done anything to deserve it. I've tried my best in terms of giving them what they wanted, and that's all I can really do. I don't regret being kind. I don't regret helping out. I don't. That's just my nature. It's my nature to be that way, to be helpful. And people may say, oh, that just makes you a people pleaser. Maybe, to some degree, yes, it does make me a people pleaser. But at the same time, I don't regret showing kindness and not expecting anything back. Because I don't. I don't expect anything back when I show kindness to others. I do it because I do it out of the kindness of my heart, because I want to. Everything I do it because I want to. That's why I created this channel too, because I wanted to. I create art because I want to, because I enjoy it. It brings me life. It makes me happy. Every time I've been in a bad place, art has been the thing to bring me back out of that dark place. When I've had really bad moments where I've wanted to this is gonna sound very bad, but I have had moments where I just wanted to end things. But I've had people, friends, and art there to get me out of it. And I'm very grateful and thankful for that I've had, those people, and I've had, art to get me out of those dark places. But now I can't move forward knowing that I'm in a toxic environment. I'll admit it. I am in a toxic environment. I've been in a toxic environment for a while. And I've made a video in the past kind of hinting at it. You guys probably have seen it. It's called Toxic People. And I was hinting kind of what I was going through. But I wasn't fully vocalizing it because I was taught not to talk about these things. I grew up in a household where, even though my father's a shaman, we don't talk about personal things that happen in our life because it'll just be fuel for other people to take advantage. And, in some regard, he was right. That has happened to me before. But I think it's worse not to talk about certain things, not to talk about what's going on, just to keep quiet and just let it fester and build up inside of you and just let it be poison. I don't want that to happen, and that's been happening. I have been swallowing my pride and swallowing everything that's been going on to the point where I have made myself sick. I've given myself depression because of not speaking about what's been going on. Closing myself up, building my walls, not letting people get close because I'm afraid of being vulnerable, because I'm afraid of showing people, who I really am. And I'm not as strong as I think I am. I try to be strong for others. That's always been my role. That's always been my life. I've always had to be the strong one in the family, but I'm not always strong. And I have a hard time being weak. At least being weak to others, because I'm afraid of being put down, because I have been put down in the past for showing weakness. And I don't want to do that anymore. And I'm very grateful that I can now finally share this and talk about this. Even if no one watches this video is supposed to be a vlog video about what's happened in the last year, and years actually. If you think about it, this vlog is a confession of what's been going on in the last 10 years. And it wasn't supposed to be. It was just supposed to be a vlog of the last year. But I don't know where I'm going to be next year. I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to stay strong because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know if I'm going to make another vlog next year. And I don't know where the direction of this channel is going to go, to be honest. Like, I'm sorry. As I stated before, I created this channel to kind of share my passions and, to build a community of like-minded individuals, to inspire one another, to, help one another. That's what I wanted. Because truth be told, I don't have a lot of friends. I do have a small group of friends that I've since reconnected. But as far as having friends that I can hang out with, you know, and share stuff that I like to talk about and things that I find endearing or inspiring, I don't really have that. And that's kind of one of the main reasons why I started this channel, is also because I wanted to build a community of people that, you know, I could talk to and share things with and inspire and to be inspired by as well. And now I don't know if I can continue doing that, especially since this channel is very small, and when I post things, no one really talks back. I have gotten a couple of comments, sure, but I would like more communication. I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I don't know where my life is going. And I'm very sorry if I've let some people down. That was not my intention. My intention was just to do something fun and positive. But with how everything is going on in my life, I don't know if I can continue. I want to continue, I truly do. I'm very passionate about this. But I don't know how far things are gonna go. And I'm really sad about it. I just don't know anymore. I'm sorry if I'm quiet. I'm trying to think of what else to say. I've pretty much summarized everything that's been going on in my life. And my worries and doubts and complications. Currently, I'm trying to help out my folks integrate back into society as far as living in California. And it's difficult because they want their own house. But with how the market is right now, it's very difficult. And they're kind of putting all that responsibility on me, even though I don't even have my life together. I'm 30 and I'm supposed to have my life together, and I don't. They are disappointed in my career choices, in my life choices, in my relationship. And yet, when I tried to reach out to them, I had to figure it out on my own. So, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to help out my folks. And I feel like it's like there hasn't even been any room for me at all. Like, as far as taking care of myself, taking care of my well-being, my mental health, my spiritual health, everything. I've been at a standstill. And I don't know where to go. I'm trying to move forward. But I don't see the road clearly. I apologize to any people who I was friends with before in the past and I've cut out and stopped talking to. It's not that I hate you, it's not that, it's not anything personal. It's just, I'm struggling, and I don't like to involve other people in my personal struggle. Because truth be told, I feel like a burden a lot of the times when I do reach out to friends and do talk about what's going on in my life. As vague as it may be that I talk about my life. Because I am pretty vague when it comes to the personal details. I'm going into details now in this video, but in real life, I don't really go into details about what goes on in my life to my friends or my family. I try and keep it as vague as possible because I don't want to burden anyone with my issues, with my struggles, with what keeps me up at night. I've learned to be that way. My folks have taught me to be that way, to be stoic, to take everything in. Don't involve others. Just work it out on your own. But I'm at a point where I don't think I can do that anymore. I've tried to work everything out on my own, and I'm drowning. And I can't do this. I can't keep drowning while I'm trying to help out everyone else. While I'm trying to keep the peace with everyone. I can't just keep allowing myself to drown in despair while everyone else is fine and everyone's pushing me underwater. I can't. It's so funny, like, looking at some of the footage from this past year, because I look so happy in some of this, but inside I wasn't really doing well. Inside I was just trying to keep it together, trying to be happy, trying to show one face, when in reality I was feeling something else. And that's been going on for years. I'm really sorry if this video is very negative and very pessimistic. It was not what I was trying to go for. I was trying to be honest, really. Just aim for as much honesty as I could. If I'm very quiet in some moments, it's because I'm thinking. There is no script in this video. I'm just freely speaking what's on my mind, what's been going on. And this is what's been going on. The worst part is I've tried really hard, and I feel like I have nothing to show for it. As far as my career and my relationship, my life, my finances, everything is just rock bottom, practically. It's funny because I had a very positive outlook in the beginning of the year. My folks had came and they stayed for a couple months, and I was positive things were going to be fine. And then my mother-in-law, she starts this fake ass fight with my mom. And basically that fight instigated my mother-in-law's husband. And my folks had no choice but to leave, because how could they stay after that if there was going to be tension in the house, unnecessary tension in the house? What's worse was the things that she was saying. Like, my mother-in-law, she has a way of saying things indirectly, right? She was saying that she saw a snake outside, right? This was after the fight. I go outside, and then she just laughs hysterically, and she shows me a leaf of, like, a beet leaf that was on the floor. And she said, "Oh, never mind, it's just a leaf." But the way that she was laughing, it just threw me off. It threw me for a loop. Like, how could she laugh after she just started this whole mind manipulation, basically? That was not the first time she had done stuff like that. There were many times where she's said things indirectly that were not okay. Like things like, "Oh, if you don't act right, if you don't, treat my son right, if you don't cook, clean, pick up after him, he's gonna cheat on you with a younger girl," or whatever. And that's like something you don't say to your daughter-in-law. It's just messed up. But she would say it. And she did a lot of things that were just not cool. And I don't know why I've put up with it for so many years. Like, I've never disrespected her, never said anything to offend her. Been nothing but respectful. And for her to do these things, to say these things to me, to belittle me the way that she has, broken down my spirit through years and years and years. It's just, it baffles me how she lives with herself. How is this okay? And I think I feel even more stupid for putting up with it, for sitting here, staying here, and just dealing with it. Needless to say, my situation is not the greatest. My finances aren't great. I'm trying to find a job right now so I can save and, get out of this situation. But either way, that still doesn't excuse her behavior towards me, towards my parents, towards my brother even. My brother was temporarily staying here. That was not okay. Now that I'm speaking about it, I'm just remembering so many things that happened that I never talked about to the family, his family especially. Like, I'm remembering when the times that I've gotten sick, and she would just, like, I guess, take advantage of the moments that I would be sick and loopy and just be a bitch. I don't know. Say really rude things to me. Tell me to put up with it, to deal with it, to suck it up. Even though I had like 104 fever and I had chills. Like, ask if I needed medicine, but like in a bad way, like ask oh, like I guess I have to get you medicine since you're sick, like that. Like, it's awful. Or the time that I went to Alaquines, Mexico the first time with my boyfriend to take his brother's ashes. And I got stung by a wasp 5 times, 4 in my back and 1 in my thumb. And I was practically screaming in pain because of the sting, the swelling. And she just was ridiculing me and saying that I needed to suck it up and deal with the pain, that I was exaggerating, that I was being a drama queen, and that she had gotten stung too, and she wasn't making a big deal, but she got stung once. I got stung 5 times in one sitting. And I was just made to feel small and ridiculous for any little thing I asked for. Even, not very many people know this, but I've even gone to the point of starving myself because I can't go in the kitchen. Sometimes if they're there, they purposefully make it so that I can't use the stove, or I can't grab food, or I get thrown indirect comments that I eat too much, even though I eat a normal amount, or that I'm wasting away, or that I'm eating the house practically, even though I weigh less than everyone in the house combined. It got so bad. I weighed like 125 at one point, and that probably doesn't seem that bad, but I'm 5'5", 5'6", and I weighed 125. You could see my bones, my ribs, my legs. When it gets to that point, you could see your collarbone, like very defined. That's when you know it's bad. So it even got to that point where I was starving myself. I'm still technically starving myself, but it's not as bad as it was before, but still pretty bad. And in the beginning, when I first moved in, my boyfriend's stepfather was a pervert, and he was flirting with me and throwing comments at me, very sexual, indirect comments, till he finally got the hint that I was obviously not interested, considering I was with his stepson, not him. And then that turned into him just having a visceral hatred towards me, simply because I did not want to sleep with him. And he would just give me some very misogynistic comments, and he would throw things around the house, because at the time he was still an alcoholic. He's not an alcoholic anymore, but at the time he was. And he would throw plates of food across the room, or slam doors, and just try to scare people away, try to act all big and tough. And that was the environment that I was in. All the while, I was getting up at 5 in the morning to get to work, working 15-hour shifts, coming home tired, exhausted, and still being told that I was lazy and not doing enough. All the while I was, trying to get groceries and giving money to my boyfriend's mom, even if it was just a little bit, just to try to make the situation a little bit easier. But no, it still wasn't enough. Nothing was ever enough. Anything I did was never enough, whether it was me helping around the house, cleaning, cooking. They didn't even like my cooking because it was not traditional Mexican food. You know, I'm not getting up at 4 in the morning to make tortillas. I'm not even full Mexican. I'm half Colombian. I didn't grow up in Mexico, so I had to relearn everything, and even still, that wasn't enough. And I was still made to feel small and insignificant. But it doesn't matter. I don't think it would matter if I was any different, even if I would have been more stricter with them, you know, or not taken any shit. I still feel like it would have been the same. They would have still acted this way. So nothing I would have done would have changed the situation. Because of that, it makes this situation all the more clear to me. So, I guess with a heavy heart, I'm saying that I know what I have to do. I know I have to leave. I know I have to do better for myself, for my family. And I can't keep living like this, because it's just gonna make me sick, and nothing's going to change. It doesn't matter everything that I've tried to do, how much I've tried to help them out, the kindness I've shown them. I can't keep choosing them over me, because it would just be a disservice to myself. I'm sorry if I've just been rambling in this video. I hope if anyone does watch this, that they take something, I guess, positive out of my very negative and pessimistic experience. And I hope that if you do watch this and you do listen all the way through, I guess share your own experience, or if you've gone through something similar to this. I apologize if this has been more personal than it needed to be, more visceral than it needed to be, but I just wanted to share what I'm going through right now. This is supposed to be an art channel, not a place to air out my dirty laundry. I understand that, but I just wanted to let everyone know that if you don't see any videos pop up in the future, it's because I've decided to take a break and focus on my personal life, and these are the reasons why I've decided to focus on that instead of making content. Hopefully in the future I will continue to make content, because it's what brings me joy currently. So I guess thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.